Hi guys. So if you're wondering which luxury travel card you should get, whether it's the Amex or the Chase, and you can't decide, this video is for you. First off, let's talk about how different they are, right? In the land of luxury travel cards, these two are probably the biggest players, right? I'm gonna go through all the pros and cons, and then you can decide which one you like, and I will let you know which one is my favorite. First off, let's go with the Amex Plat. The Amex has a $695 annual fee, whereas the Chase used to be $450, and then they raised it to $550 now. So $700 versus $550. So $150 difference. There's a lot of ways to offset the fees, obviously. First off, annual fees. So Amex is $150 for 3 authorized users. Even if you get one, it's $150. So you can get a max of 3 for the $150. Technically, that's a better deal than the Chase. For the Chase, it's $75 per authorized user. So if you only had one authorized user, then Chase is a better one. Okay, welcome offers. So for Chase, their current promo is 60,000 points or a $4,000 spend within 3 months. For me, I think that's totally doable. Their offer used to be, I think their highest offer at one point was 100K years ago. Then it stayed at 50 for a long time. And then there was this 80K, I think it was last year, 2 years ago, which was a really good time to get in. Now it's back down to 60K, which is still not horrible if you're gonna get one anyway, especially if you're gonna travel soon and you want the lounges and all that stuff and all the benefits, then that makes sense. For Chase, what is 60,000 points? 60,000 points is the same as if you were to get it cash back, it would be $600. But never do that. If you do cash back, don't do cash back. You're throwing money away. Don't do cash back, okay? Trust. So 60,000 points, I would evaluate it, and I think everyone else would probably agree. 60,000 points is worth about $1,200. It's about 2 cents per point. CPP, 2 cents per point would be the average valuation, but you can get like bang for your buck if you had transfer bonuses or transferred to airlines to get business class, first class. You could get like 5x, 10x the value. So the sky is the limit. Okay, actually the most I've ever got was 13, and that was a record. But I'm just letting you know, don't ever freaking do cash back. Please, for all that is good in life, do not do cash back. You will be disowned, you will be forgotten, you will be taken advantage of. Don't. All right, for Amex, the welcome offer for Amex is 80,000 points. A little bit more, but it comes with a $8,000 spend, but you'll have more time, so 6 months. So that's 80,000 points, $8,000 spend, 6 months to do it in. So it's technically double the spend of Chase, but you'll also have double the amount of time to accumulate to get that minimum spend. Okay, first off, if you guys don't know about minimum spend, let's just back it up and go back to basics, right? If you do not meet the minimum spend, you will not get the welcome offer. You will not get the bonus points, which defeats the purpose of, the card is nice anyways if you like the perks and you utilize it, but these welcome offers, which we call subs, are sometimes very lucrative and you have to take advantage of all these sign-up bonuses. Oh, sign-up bonuses, sign-up bonus, ha! So you wanna take advantage of all the subs out there, and you wanna get in when it's hot, because once you get that card, you can't get it again. So let's say that you got the reserve, let's say you really need the reserve. You need a luxury travel card. Let's say you get it and it's 60,000 points right now. And then 6 months down the line, it jumps to 100K. Well, you can't get that 100K anymore. So timing is important, okay? Unless you really need it, timing is important of these welcome offers. Okay, let's talk about category spend. Amex, you're only going to get a multiple spend for flights. You only get 5x on flights. Every dollar you spend, you get 5 points. Simple, right? That's it. You have to book the flights directly with the airline. You cannot go through an agency, can't go through a third party, just directly with the airline. But I always recommend to book directly with the airline anyways. Have we not learned anything from COVID? Everybody that got fucked, booking elsewhere, book with the airline because they will actually hold up their end and at least make you whole or, try to fix the problem versus going through another party. And you also get 5x on hotels and flights, but only booked through the Amex portal. Let's go back to basics really quick, and I'm gonna put a disclaimer out there. Please, again, don't use your fucking points for cash back. Don't freaking book through portals, okay? Like 90, not always, but I would say 96% of the time, please do not book through portals. Whether it's Chase portal, Amex portal, City portals, I don't care what kind of portals. Don't book through these financial institutions. They will mark your shit up ridiculously. Like you're never getting a deal. Trust me, you're never getting a deal. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. There are special circumstances that would make sense, but that's only for the pros, and I can get into that later, okay? But don't do it. Just don't do it. And now for the Chase category spend. This category spend is, in my opinion, a lot better. You get 3x on travel, everything that's labeled as travel. So depending on how the merchant codes it, so Airbnb would count, hotels would count, tolls count, tour groups would count. You know, if your merchant codes as some kind of travel category, it would work. So that broadens it so much. Like Disneyland would count, okay? Yeah, a lot of things get marked as travel. Sometimes even when it's not. But if something is travel and the merchant doesn't code it as travel, there's really nothing you can do about it, okay? But like I said, that's still a very broad category spend. You also have 3x on dining. Anything that counts as restaurants would count. McDonald's, fast food, fine dining, everything from 0 to 100 that counts as dining would qualify as 3x. So you get so much categories. Like this is like an easy, I would say, you don't have to think so hard. Okay, is it travel related or dining related? Slap it on this card, okay? If the purchase is any kind of related to that, drop Uber, Lyft, okay? Ooh, speaking of Lyft, you get 10x using Lyft. And of course, because we mentioned the Amex 5x on the portal, we will mention that Chase gives you 10x on the portal for hotels and car rentals. With Chase, you also get 10x on Chase dining, and they link up with Talk, like this platform. And it's not a lot of restaurants, but it is a little bit more of the higher end restaurants. So if you ever, and you have to reserve first though, you have to reserve on Talk on their platform, which is linked to your Chase account. If you make a reservation there and you go have dinner, and you get 10x the points. Never tried it, so don't know how the experience is. Let's go through easy offsets. With each card, you get like a bunch of benefits. So we will do what I think is easy offsets, right? How you're gonna get your $700 back that you're paying every year, okay? First off, $200 in airline fee credit. They call it airline incidental. So think baggage, upgrades, miscellaneous stuff that you can charge, internet, food, meals, like whatever you can charge directly while you're in flight, or basically any airline fees, you can charge it to your Amex and they will reimburse you up to $200 per year. But there's a caveat. The catch is you have to choose which airline by January 31st. So the end of January, you have to decide which airline that you choose to use your fee, whatever credit. Let's say if you pick JetBlue in January and for the rest of the year, you fly everything except JetBlue, or you fly JetBlue and you forgot to use your credit, then it's gone. I think it's easy. Just stick to whatever airline that you fly the most with. You can choose Southwest or Spirit Airlines. You just have to call them directly. For every other airline, you can do it directly online to when you choose your airline. Here is a grayish hack. If your flight is like the cheap flight, whether it's Southwest, whatever, it doesn't matter. Sometimes flights will code, like if it's under a certain amount. So this is very experimental and very, very gray. So don't hold me to it, but it's worked for a lot of people, whether when they book, like let's say a cheap Southwest flight, that's like $76 one way, they will give you the credit for that. Even though it was a ticket and not an incidental fee, it will pass through their system. So I would say if you want to be super safe, get under, like you have $200 credit, right? Make sure that each transaction is under $100. If your transaction is over $100, it's easier to be flagged. If it's under $100 with that airline that you chose, it usually gets by. It's worked for me with JetBlue, and I think my total was $86, and I didn't think that it was going to go through. I didn't expect it to go through, and then when I checked my account, that $86 got reimbursed, and I was like, okay, I should share this with my Reddit groups. Also, you get $20 every month with Amex. You get $20 every month for digital entertainment credit. So Hulu, I think they had a few. They have a few for you to choose from. I don't think Netflix is on there. So yeah, anyways, so they actually only have a limited amount of like companies or platforms you could use it for. Let me read it off for you. Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, Hulu. That's the one I use. New York Times, Peacock. I don't know what the fuck Peacock is. Sirius XM, The Wall Street Journal. I think, yeah, Hulu and Disney Plus, those are super easy to use it. And so it's like, you kind of offset it. But all these offsets would only make sense if you actually use it. If you normally don't use it, it doesn't make sense. So you're actually still paying out of pocket. You also get $200 in Uber Cash. So you get $15 every month. And then in December, you get $20. It's a use it or lose it kind of thing. If you don't use it, then this $15 Uber credit does not roll over. You can use it for Uber Eats as well, which is what I do. I use it for Uber Eats and I opt for pickup. That's the way to do it, to really stretch it. Yes, they will pump up. Obviously on Uber Eats and any of the delivery platforms, the price is gonna be slightly higher, but it's still $15 credit, and you know, I use it and I'm not mad. Sometimes I do forget. You also get, with the Amex, you also get $100 in Saks Fifth credit. Saks Fifth, not Saks Fifth, off Fifth, not any of the outlets, just Saks Fifth. And you get $100 per year, but it's $50 every 6 months, biannually. So January to June, you'll have your $50 credit. And then June to December, you'll have your $50 credit. I use it to buy perfume or I don't know, stuff. Everything's expensive on that site. I just buy perfume. So with the Amex, you have a credit of $189 for Clear Plus. It's not just Clear, it's Clear Plus. I've seen it international now too, Clear Plus. It's not just regular Clear. So Clear Plus it's faster, supposed to be faster than regular Clear, but that's every year you get that credit because the membership only lasts for 1 year. Let me explain what Clear is. Clear is not TSA PreCheck or global entry. So basically Clear just lets you cut the line at TSA, but you don't, like you cut the normie line, you know, you're not in front of the TSA PreCheck people, but it's usually a separate, you're in the normie line, but you just get to cut them, okay? And if you're Clear Plus, then I guess you would just get to cut Clear as well. And with the Amex, you also get, on top of that, you also get $100 for global entry or TSA PreCheck, which lasts about 4 years. Those for me are like the easy offsets, right? So there's global entry, right? And then there's PreCheck, because global entry includes PreCheck. And then there's under that is, I would say, Clear. That is like, no shoes people, but cut the line, you know? When I say no shoes, I mean like you don't have to take off your shoes, okay? Or you don't have to take out your laptop, and you don't have to take off your thin jacket. Here are all the not so useful credits. Maybe you'll use them, I don't. It is $300 in Equinox credit. I don't like exercise. I don't. So you also have $155 in Walmart Plus credit. If you ask me what Walmart Plus is, I have no clue. I don't use it, but I'm pretty sure it's just like some kind of priority pickup something. Anyways, I have it. I just don't use it. I don't shop at Walmart. I'm a Target kind of girl, you know what I'm saying? And an Amazon girl. You also have a $200 hotel credit, which is so hard to freaking use. If you book through Fine, there's like two things you can book, two categories you can book under. And you have to go through Amex portal. You either have to go through the Fine Hotels or Hotel Collection. And I forgot which one has a minimum of 2 nights. So it is a little bit harder to take advantage of those credits unless you book a very specific hotel, and you'll get the upgrades. I used it once before and it was great for a 1-night stay. Had free upgrades, free breakfast, hotel credit. It was nice. And it was like, we were ushered to the VIP lounge. We're like feeling fancy, like this is above my pay grade, you know? But it was nice. I just think it's really hard to use. I've only used it once and I've had this card for years, okay? Boom. Okay, now we're getting on to the Chase card. Okay, the easy offsets, right? benefits. You get $300 of travel credit, which is so easy to use because of the way they categorize travel. Like when I said the category spend is also 3x travel, you're bound to spend some money on travel. So that's like obvious. If you don't travel once a year, I probably would not get any of these cards. But anyways, if you travel at all, the $300 travel credit would be like just an automatic thing. So where does that put you? You're at $550, automatically $300 off would be $250. So it's $250 left. You will also have a monthly DoorDash pass. Whether you use it or not, I don't know if it would make sense, but you do have not only the Dash pass, you'll have $5 of DoorDash credit per month, and it does roll over, but there's a max of $15. So that's when I use it, is when it's at 15. Obviously that's the max. So if it rolls over another month, you don't have 20, you just have 15. So use it when you get to 15. So use it every 3 months, basically. That's a little chunk, just a little bit. You can get a little bit back, you know, opt for pickup, save yourself some money. You will also have a Instacart Plus membership for a year. Okay, the DoorDash Pass lasts as much as you have the card so far for me. Instacart Plus though only lasts like a year or maybe 2 because I've re-registered and it didn't let me. So I think it's like just an introduction thing where you get it for a year for free, and then you want to like renew it, they charge you $100. I'm like, I don't really use it that much. So on top of the Instacart membership, Instacart Plus, on top of the Instacart Plus membership, you'll have $15 of Instacart credit per month for that year while you have the Instacart Plus membership. So that is a whole $15 per month with marked up groceries for you to spend on, enjoy. With this card, you also get Lyft Pink. Again, it's one of these memberships that I have no idea if it even makes sense. It's just a perk. You get priority airport pickups and you get you get the 10x on the Lyft, rides. Did I miss anything? There's probably some other stuff, but like I said, it's not super useful to me. So I wouldn't say it's one of those things that are easy offsets. You'll also have with this card, you'll also have the $100 global entry / TSA pre-check credit. So same exact thing. These are probably the best things about getting the Amex Platinum lounges. Freaking lounges. With the Amex, you get, not only do you get Priority Pass. Priority Pass is a membership, like a airport lounge membership that you can basically go into a lot of lounges. A lot of places have Priority Pass lounges. In the world, it's everywhere. Not only do you have access to the Priority Pass lounges, you'll also have access to Centurion lounges. And Centurion lounges are nice, okay? They actually have real freaking food, and it's not just like Chex Mix, peanuts, bread. Amex lounges are nice. You always have like a full bar. You always have food, like hot food, cold food. They are usually and they're very spacious usually. So Centurion lounges are nice, but they did change the rules. It used to be that you could bring in 2 guests. Now, if you don't have a shiny Amex card, then you cannot get into Centurion. You cannot bring any homies with you anymore. It's only, I guess because they had a capacity issue. So they changed the rules. And once you spend $75,000 per calendar year, then you can bring in 2 complimentary guests. Or if you wanted to bring a guest, it would be $50 per guest. So with Amex Plat, you'll have access to Priority Pass lounges, Centurion lounges, and on top of that, they partner with a bunch of other lounges that are not available to Priority Pass members, like escape lounges. So you'll have access to way more lounges, like probably double the amount of lounges, and usually nicer than Priority Pass lounges with this card. Another gold star for Amex Plat is status. You get Hilton status, you get Marriott status. You automatically get Hilton Gold status and automatically get Marriott Gold status. What does that give you? Honestly, that gives you a lot of freaking perks. If you stay at those hotels or resorts that are under that brand. For example, I am leaving to the Maldives very soon, and because I have Hilton status, I'm gonna have free breakfast and free happy hour. You know the Maldives is freaking expensive. So I saved myself a good $700-800 on a 5-night stay just from that status. Also with the Amex, you do have some purchase protection, but with the CSR, you'll even have better. I would say their travel protection and purchase protection is a lot better, a lot stronger, a lot broader than Amex's. So if you are thinking travel insurance, get the CSR. CSR is better for travel insurance for sure. It does have priority pass just like the Amex, but ding ding ding, where CSR wins is that you have access to priority pass restaurants. They usually give you $28 of dining credit per person, and you get to bring in usually one or two, sometimes two guests, which let's say on average you get one guest, right? Which would be $56 off your check. You're basically eating for free at an airport. You're eating for free. You're having a free meal. You can't do that with the Amex. You cannot get in to these priority pass restaurants with an Amex or a Capital Venture X card, or with any card. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Only Chase Reserve has access to priority pass restaurants. Also, on top of that, if they have like, like minute suites. I don't know if you ever heard of minute suites, like places in the airport that you can sleep. You basically have a little room for you to sleep. And it'll have like a pull-out couch or a spa, like a complimentary massage or whatever, or game rooms or really cool stuff. It can only be accessed with CSR and not the Amex or other places. They will deliberately tell you, and they will turn you down. Okay, so don't make that mistake. Okay, so between these two babies, who is the winner? Let's go through the highlights. Ding ding. Okay. For Chase, which is good for a lot of things, okay? 3x on travel, 3x on dining, so you have a wide variety of category spending. You have easy offset, the $300 travel credit, super easy to use. You have the priority pass restaurants that nobody else can access. Holla! And you have the Hyatt transfers, right? That's great. Amex lounge, so good for lounges and booking flights. Chase has the better travel protection, travel insurance for sure. So between the two, honestly, not even considering the fee, if they were, let's say if they both cost this exact same, I think Chase, for me personally, would be the winner. Okay, Chase is so easy to accumulate points. It's much easier than Amex, where how many times you're gonna be freaking booking flights, right? And everything, that's 5x. Everything else is 1x. It's really hard to accumulate points with the Amex Plat. But the only reason I got it is because, dang, I was so sick of these dry priority pass lounges. And sometimes a lot of places, there's some places that don't even have priority pass lounges. But with the Amex lounge collection, yeah, I will always find a lounge so that I can get into. That's why I have this one. I book all my flights, and it's great. It's great for lounges. But if I were to only have one card in my wallet, it's gonna be the Chase, okay? Hands down. And they're building sexy Chase lounges. Come on, that's so easy. Which one should you get? I don't know how you spend and what category you spend in. I would think that the Chase is easier to spend to accumulate points for, but there's also the annual fee that you have to take a look at. And if you spend, let's say you do exercise, okay? Let's say you do use Equinox. You're already paying for Equinox. Then it would make sense for you, okay? Because you're just gonna offset that automatically. So look at their credits and benefits. See how easy or hard or more likely you're going to be using it. If you are already using something like that, then it would make sense. Winner, Chase for sure. Girl. This was my first baby. Still love her. Okay, the Amex card is heavier if anybody cares. It's great for flexibility and points building. Good for lounges and flights.